So here's what's interesting about being in Paris is how they eat. It is very similar to how I like to eat, which is what led me to losing 117 pounds, which is just fresh meat, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. And, they don't have diet anything really to speak when we're in the stores and looking around. Not that I drink it, but only Coke Zero. Don't see any other diet stuff. They don't even know what Splenda is or Equal or Sweet and Low in the many restaurants that we've been in. They have no clue what that even means. They just bring natural sugar, which I don't use. And what I'm telling you is that here in France, while we may look at it as some kind of regulation, which I'm not going to get into because I could care less about that kind of stuff, what I'm telling you is that here in France, they don't allow that type of stuff. Now, you can go whatever direction you want, but when you have a country, whether it's government instilled or the citizens that are not partaking in all the different things that we partake in terms of the preservatives and the things that go into our foods, allowed in our foods in the States. Who cares? This isn't a statement of talking about what's in our foods and what is allowed in our foods. I'm not talking about that. When I look around here, okay, let's look around. Do you see any fat people? And it's okay to say fat, in my opinion, because I used to be fat. Fat has nothing to do with whether or not you have any self-worth. Fat has nothing to do with in terms of how you should feel about yourself. Fat is a fact. Are you fat or not? I was fat. Okay? I mean, fat is fat. Fat is fat. I was 272 pounds. I just don't see it here in France. Are they better than us? Well, of course not. What I'm telling you is they eat fresh food, meat and vegetables and fruit, drinking water. They don't have a lot of pretend stuff. What does that really come down to? It's the one thing that I talk about, and it's just single ingredient food. I don't confuse my mind. I don't trick my mind by then saying, oh, well, this is sugar free, so it must be good for me. Or, oh, it doesn't have quote unquote more carbs than it has protein, so it must be good for me. Oh, it's vegan. Oh, it is gluten-free, so it must be good for me. Are all those things good? All I'm getting at is it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant when we're talking about eating single ingredient food. I'm talking about I don't go into the store and find zero anything, sugar-free anything. I just eat fresh. It's so simple and easy. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I crave that way more than I crave anything else. So that's how it is here in France. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.